How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Want to thank all you good folk out there in YouTube land for continuing to show support to my son and I. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Well, family, I'm back with another video. And in this video, um, I got the good sheriff of Polk County, Grady Judd. And the good sheriff is going to bring an issue that must be addressed to light. And people want to talk about why this administration is so harsh on illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, um, why it seems like this administration is going overboard and it just got a hard on for these poor people that just want to seek refuge because they're so oppressed in their country. I know, I understand, I get it. But did you know that President Obama also deported a lot of illegal immigrants? And I mean a whole lot. Go do your research. But nobody said anything when the good Barack Obama did it. Good old prayers. Good old President Barack Obama. My man. Nobody had no ounce of nothing for him. So now all of a sudden, when you have this administration who see the need that we must secure our borders at any cost, because for all we know, the enemy is already in our country. They've came across our open borders. And this has been a problem for a long, long time. And people ask, well, why be so rough on these people? They just trying to seek a better life. But yeah, they're seeking a better life, allegedly. Some may be, but you got some of them that they was problems in their country. Their own country didn't want them in their country. So that's why they came over here to our country. So if they country didn't want them, what makes you think that we want them? Especially if they not going through the proper channels to become documented citizens, taxpaying citizens, people that's that's contributing to the piggy bank, not getting paid under the table because they ain't supposed to be here. So no, we don't need that. But from a law enforcement standpoint, we definitely need to know who we are allowing into our country. And we definitely need to put a stop to people just flowing through our country unchecked. We gonna go ahead and let our good old Sheriff Grady Judd, he gonna let you know why things are the way that they are.
Good morning, everyone. It's time for morning briefing. I hope you've got your favorite cup of coffee. I've got mine. I'm drinking it from a Live United cup, United Way. I just did a podcast with George, who's in charge of United Way up in Citrus County, but we actively work with our United Way in Polk County. We love United Way. I hope you do too, and I hope you support them. Okay. Now, from time to time, I hear somebody said, well, why are y'all bothering these illegal aliens? They're not hurting you. Well, listen, I can tell you why, and here's your sign. Eric De Leon, who's 21, he's from Guatemala, but he was in the United States illegally, in Lakeland, driving a car illegally. And he ran over a young man. That's right, ran over him as he rode his electric scooter. Now that's not enough. Once he ran over him, he looked around and then he backed over him again. That ain't funny. And then he ran from us. That was back on the 9th of October. So we searched and we searched and we found an address for him. And when we arrived there, guess what? He wasn't there, but there were 3 other illegal aliens there that needed to be deported out of the country. So we took them into custody. You know what Eric did? Knowing we were hot on his trail, he jumped on a plane and self-deported to Guatemala. I want you to think about this. He's here illegally, driving illegally, and now we have a man in extremely critical condition, a young man, and whether or not he survives or not depends on the next few weeks. If he wasn't in this country, our victim wouldn't have been a victim. So help us find him in Guatemala. We need to give him another one-way ticket back here so we can try him and lock him up for a long time, and then we'll deport him back. That's right. We have a warrant for his arrest for a first-degree felony. Take care. Have a good day.
So, family, you know, cause and effect. Y'all know what it is when y'all stack up the whole little domino game where you stack up a whole bunch of dominoes and you set them all up and then you knock that first one down and it just knock all the rest down. Cause and effect. And because we had weak border control, that's the cause. And the effect is now somebody's son, nephew, uncle, brother, perhaps father, laid up, life is hanging in the balance while this young man then hopped his ass on a plane back to his country. Young man, your ass wasn't supposed to be here anyway, let alone driving. See, I remember in my previous career field, we had a standing procedure where while during the course of our duties and whatnot, and we patrolling, if we come into contact with someone who was undocumented illegal alien, they were driving a car with no valid driver's license, their ass had to take the ride because you got to understand it was so bad that it was so many of these people just going to these car lots in the hood. The hood don't care about no paperwork. Them car lots, they don't care. As long as they got the bread, they straight. They leaving with a car with a temporary tag on it. So, you got these people that's rolling around and driving that really and truly ain't supposed to be in the country. And they rolling around like they really got a valid driver's license. And then these very same people get into accidents, smash up people's cars, and what they do, they catch the haul ass and drive off, leave the scene of an accident. Did it all the time. It was so bad that the standard procedure was if you encounter somebody driving and they don't have a valid driver's license, if they are especially undocumented and all their name was Jose Rivera, well, guess what? You know what? His ass had to get hooked and booked, and he had to get processed and fingerprinted because there was no way to keep track of who these people were. There was no way. They flown into the country. They right over in the hood, and like I said, yeah, for the most part, most of them just came over. They worked hard. They might have 5 or 6 of them living in one little smaller 1 or 2 bedroom little apartment. For the most part, they really didn't cause any problems until they started drinking. And when they started drinking, they would show their ass. But if there was any type of violence committed, they usually did it to themselves. They didn't really bother nobody else. But it got to a point there in the hood that, yeah, Uh, yeah, man, them little Mexican dudes, they was all robbing the brothers and the white folks too. So, the fact that this young man didn't have he had no legal right to be in this country and definitely did not have a legal right to be driving behind nobody's steering wheel, and you run over somebody, and not only do you run them over, you proceed to look around to make sure nobody's looking, and you bike over them again, and then you flee to your country. And you know what? Young man, you ain't about ish. And I hope that they extradite your ass. Come on back on down to the good old FLA and stand trial so you can have your day in court. Because hey, if you want to be in the country, you want to be in the country and you want to be over in the country illegally, you want to violate the laws of our country, well, guess what? Now you got to be held accountable to our laws and the way that we proceed against criminals when they step outside the boundaries of a well organized and well conducted society. When you do the crime, you got to be prepared to do the time. So what y'all think, family? Y'all think it's okay that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know y'all don't think it's okay. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all see it. For the ones who really want to see it, nobody's picking on anybody because I guarantee you, go to somebody else's country, go visit somebody else's country, and you overstay your welcome and try to stay there and don't do it the right way, don't go through the right process and pay all the fill out the proper paperwork and pay your fees and whatnot to try to get your citizenship, you try to see what they gonna do to your ass. They gonna do the same. That country gonna do the same thing to you that our country doing to them. It ain't that personal. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.